Good news, not only did the Wicked screening come with a bucket, but also Legos. Bad news though, the movie started an hour late because of projector problems, and it was already a 160-minute movie with uncomfortable seats, so I ate all of the popcorn as well as the Legos. This is a movie I went into cold, having not read the book or seen the show, but I knew the basic gist, of course. What if the Wicked Witch was actually the hero and used as a scapegoat to control the land by people who we thought were the good guys? Almost like the original Wizard of Oz would be a propaganda film in this universe. Even here, not everything is what it seems. Here we have the most diverse school imaginable, only they're still prejudiced against green people and talking animals. They have no use for either. Shrek would be a banned movie at this place. This is the cattiest school I've ever seen. Sometimes they talk about magic, but really all of their studies seem to be in shit talking. For the first half, it was like watching Carrie take place at Hogwarts. There's a lot of stuff that really works here, like the singing, the production design, and the costumes. Some of the CGI can be distracting, but it's a step up from the first half hour of Red One I saw last week. What works best is the main characters. I think this is actually the first time I've seen Ariana Grande in something, and she is very, very funny here. Her comedic timing is excellent, and there's a real arc to her character, as Glinda starts out like a high school mean girl, then it turns into an odd couple buddy movie with her and Cynthia Erivo, and they have good chemistry together. The pacing can get a little meandering at times. Some of the school drama in the first act could get repetitive, and there's a romantic subplot that feels like a detour. There's some one-note side characters too, like Bowen Yang as the stock flamboyant sidekick, who's the type of character I've seen in everything from big screen comedies to Hallmark Christmas movies. Granted, this is only part one, so some of these criticisms can maybe make more sense upon seeing the whole story, but judging this alone, it does make sense that it's a two-part film, but I don't know if there's enough here to justify an over 2.5 hour runtime, especially since it is predictable. It was a lot of waiting when I was like, okay, this person is behind the predicament, this one is secretly evil, so is that one. Despite that, it does pick up when it gets to Emerald City, and Jeff Goldblum is perfect casting for this quirky wizard who can get to where he is based on charm. It was a B for me. I enjoyed it, and judging from the reaction of the packed house I was in, you'll probably love this if you're a diehard fan of the show. But on to a movie that's also got an army of monkeys in it, Gladiator 2. It's 24 years after the release of the hit film Gladiator, which went on to win the Best Picture Oscar, and now we have this sequel, which may not be as good as the previous, but I did still dig the hell out of it. It begins kinda like the first, where it's a revenge story where Lucius loses his wife in battle and needs someone to blame, so he has his eyes set on Pedro Pascal after Lucius is captured by the Romans and forced to do battle in the arena. Only it isn't just a simple revenge story. I like how it's more complicated than that. If anything, they're on the same side, and his revenge quest is getting in the way of multiple plans to either take over or destroy the Roman Empire. There's a lot going on in this movie, from Roman times training day to Joseph Quinn and Fred Heschinger as practically twin Caligulas, and boss-level gladiator events involving rabid monkeys, gigantic rhinos, and even a makeshift lake of sharks. I've been doing those 60s and film videos lately, and one genre I see a lot of is the epixploitation movies, where I wouldn't have been surprised if Cleopatra's daughter fought a gigantic animal, and that's what this feels like, only with a multi-million-dollar budget. Roger Corman would adore this script. I'm surprised there's not dinosaurs in it. This is a collection of supporting characters, all trying to steal the movie from each other, like Joseph Quinn with some great over-the-top line reads, to Denzel Washington having the time of his life. I love that he's one of those actors who's so damn cool, like Sean Connery, that he doesn't really even attempt an accent here, but I'm still going with it. Sadly though, the weakest link is the main character, who is bland as hell. When Maximus spoke, all he had to do was say his name and his mission, and it was intense as hell. Here Lucius will give an inspiring speech to the army, and it's a snooze. The crazy action scenes and side characters overshadow him a lot. And there is so much going on that a lot of plot points are a bit rushed. There's so much backstabbing, conspiracies, and rioting that it's like a whole season of a show condensed into 2.5 hours. But it's very entertaining. I don't know, it was a B+ for me. I'm not sure if the movie was necessary, but I had a great time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to subscribe to us today and click the notification bell, and we'll see you next time.